Are we ready? I need every right hand in the air. Say it with me. My textbook is my responsibility. The home for my book is in my locker. If my book is lost, it is my problem. I will owe $77 if my book is lost or damaged. I am a responsible seventh grader. I can handle this. So, while that's funny, and I honestly had planned on filming this right now is legitimate evidence that every person in this classroom has just been handed a textbook that is your responsibility. Everything on that page, I get it, this is kind of funny, you get it, I try to make everything a little bit funny. That's all legitimately got to get in your head right now. Your book can no longer live in this classroom because there's not enough control of who's using what books, and that's becoming an issue for people. I'm not trying to punish you for anything. It's just I don't want you to be out $77 because somebody borrowed your book and took it home and then never brought it back. Right? Right now we have 2 students in our school that we have to figure out what to do because somebody else used their book and we can't find it now. It'll that's probably just going to get eaten out of my math budget, which is that happens. It's okay. It's not good, but it's okay. But I'm not going to charge those students because that wasn't their fault. Here on out, the book you just got handed is your responsibility. It lives in your locker. It comes to class with you. Okay, now not everyone needs to bring a book. We often share books in the class. We have the book up on the screen. So once we get in groups for the unit, I would just decide who's bringing books and who's not. When I was in high school, would grab stuff for my 3 classes that I was about to go to, one big stack, because I liked stairs and everything else, and then I'd go back to my locker and grab the stuff for the next 2 classes. Big stack, just decide who's bringing the books. But this book is your responsibility now. So if somebody's in here and they're working on homework and you don't have a book, if you come ask me to go get your book, I'll just be like, no, here's a loaner, give it back to me at the end of AO. But if you your book, you're in charge of it. Okay, so the only books that I'm allowing to stay in my classroom now are my 8th grade class. And their books are living up there, so don't think you can weasel your book in there and no. Your book is yours, it lives in your locker. You got to have it when we collect them in May, or it's $77. And that's not do I want to pay it or not? It goes on your account. They'll just put it onto your student account, and that's that. Yes.
This is somewhat relevant. I saw a meme once, and it said, "Oh no." Guy steals $20,000 worth of books from a school, and someone commented, "Oh no, I hope they get those 2 textbooks back."
I mean, you are right, textbooks are expensive, but they have a lot of good information, and with these books also came the online access. So the fact that you can get on the ebook is because we bought physical textbooks, right? So that's part of that.
Can I just write my name and show
Hmm?
you?
Yeah, don't take up the whole, you have a line, right? So try to make it small enough that it can fit in the line. Because we need those for every year, a new student will be putting their name on the next
really?
one.
Oh!
Yeah.
So we're the first
redid all
people to
of
get
them.
these books?
Not all of them. Why did you grab 63?
Why was 63? Oh, because this was from earlier when I was doing my math homework for me.
I'm going to take this away.
Alright, you do that.
Quinn's already trying to steal books.
I'm not! I don't even like the idea of having a book.
Connor, what's up?
The book, those 2 missing books are probably either under the couch or bed or TV or somewhere in the dumpster. Probably.
Oh, I sure hope they didn't end up in a dumpster. That would be sad.
Like my boots. I think I have the best. I think I have the best cover.
How do you Why do you? Oh, so you don't need this book. You don't need your CC2 book. So from here out, just to try to make this easy, once I distribute.
Wait, this is a CC3 book?
That's CC3. That's why it says course. So guys, the purple and green, that's CC3. Once I give out all the 7th grade textbooks, these are going to go in my cupboard once we're done with CC2. So the CC2 books that you guys had at the beginning of the year, I don't want them to leave the classroom again, because that's just asking for something to happen. We have a week left in this chapter, so either use the ebook or work on it here or talk to me. If you want to take a book out here, it's fine, but I would need to keep track of it.
don't just like come and go because like as soon as my seventh grade, like my math 7 class is done, I'm taking these off the rack. Okay, like today. So class today supposed to be talking about cross sections of geometric objects and 3D, and we talk about how we can cut certain things. But it's like the last nice day for like 2 months. I really think we should probably just go outside. Hold up. So, because I know that after this you're going to science and everything else and whatever, before we do that, because we're just going to go out to the back, the outdoor classroom, you are going to put your math book in its home. Okay? Who's seen Billy Madison, by the way?
Yeah.
You know, where Adam Sandler was like a golfer, and he's like, "Get in your home, Bull! Get in your home!" So that's what I think of all the time. Adam Sandler's
I
in
don't
my
want to
head.
bring the book into my locker though.
Why?
Because I don't want that to have to fall into the locker.
We're stopping by your lockers right now on the way outside.
But I don't like having a book. I like to keep it there at the classroom.
So I can appreciate that that's what you would prefer, but it's like you're growing up and you have to be responsible for your own things. That's your book assigned to you, right? So you have to be responsible for that.
Just gonna wait until the health class where I take care of it.
Probably.
Okay.
So, hey guys, Quinn brings up a good point of like, but I want to leave my book here. It's easier to leave my book here. I don't use my book outside of class. I get that, and like, I wish we could just leave the books here, but it wasn't working, right? It was, no. It was like chaos to try to get them back for winter break. So if you don't really use your physical book, just stick it in your locker when we go there right now and just leave it there. We always will have the ebook up on my board, and then I'll look at the potential. We're switching some Chromebook cart stuff around too. We got to take the Chromebooks out of the big cart. I'll look at the potential of like having like Chromebooks that we could use for ebooks, and we could even try to figure out like what books could potentially stay in class. But for today, humor me. Just do as I ask. Take your book and put it in the locker. Okay. Then we're gonna walk out the back door and just go to the outdoor classroom. I'm gonna teach you guys a tiny bit about disc golf because it's physics and it's math and it will make me feel like I have taught math, but then we'll probably just like hang out and do whatever. So I'll do a tiny bit of instruction because I'm going to take a bunch of discs out and then we'll just hang out. But tomorrow, we got to for real have class. It's going to be like 20 degrees tomorrow. So we got to for real have like legitimate class.